that. Let me take you to McDonald's, I know you like it. Let me take you to McDonald's, money in my pocket. Let me take you to McDonald's, take you to McDonald's. Let me take you to McDonald's, take you to McDonald's. Let me take you to McDonald's.
You already know who it is, man. Your boy Bangz once again. As continuing on with the day in my life. So yeah, back in 1997, I was 7 years old, and I remember Bill Clinton was the president of the United States. Yeah, at that time, Bill Clinton was president of the United States. So yeah, and I remember there was a hospital got bombed by the United States. I think yeah, that was next to Khartoum, next to capital city of Sudan. Yeah, so yeah, back in 1997 or 1996, I can't remember, but yeah, I remember the hospital got bombed by the United States. So Bill Clinton was the president. So a couple of weeks later, we came closer to the hospitals, and man, it would look so bad. Me and my cousin would look at it, and we just felt like, man, So we just walk away. We can't do anything about it, man. We just walk away, and we don't know even if the people survive or the people dead. So yeah, that's what's happening in 1997. And back then, my dream was to be a woodworker. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know about music. I didn't even know about anything else. I just want to be a woodworker. You know what I'm saying? My dream is just to make table, to make windows, to make beds. I remember I used to go sit next to a person that who make tables, who make beds, who he make windows. You know what I'm saying? I used to sit next to him and just learn, watch him learn. You know what I'm saying? I remember one day like he made me a box. He made me a box that you can like a box that where you can put your coin in or you can put your money in and then you save it. Yeah, I remember one day he made me that box and then he gave it to me and I'm like, I saved that. You know what I'm saying? I remember clearly. I remember that I was 7 years old. So yeah, my dream was to be a woodworker. I never thought of music. I never thought of anything, man. We were just having fun. We were just experiencing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember me and my friend, we used to sell ice creams. I still remember that, man. Yeah, me and my friend, we used to sell ice creams. Like when I remember like working with my friends. Like he actually people buy ice cream from him more than more than my ice cream. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, returning my ice cream home, it's all get melted. You know what I'm saying? All of my ice cream get melted, and then his ice cream like half of his ice cream all got sold out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn man, I don't know how he do it, but yeah, most of him, most of his ice cream got sold. And yeah, there's a time that we're like, you know what? Okay, this time we both got the same ice cream, so you go your own way, and I go my own way. So yeah, we've been going in a different way. We've been selling an ice cream. So I was just walking alone, selling an ice cream, and he been going alone, walking alone, selling an ice cream. At the end of the day, we come back together, and yeah, his ice cream been sold out, and my ice cream, like I sell a couple of ice cream too, but some left. So yeah, man. So that was crazy memory, man. That was so crazy. I still remember, I still remember that. And yeah, we used to play hide and seek too. You know what I'm saying? Like every night we used to play hide and seek, and we were a lot of people, man. We were like 10 to 15. You know what I'm saying? So as I said, there's a lot of activities outdoor, man. We wouldn't even be home. We wouldn't even be sitting doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We would just be like chilling. You know what I'm saying? Having fun, and life was so fun, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, we don't even know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? We don't have watch, and we just know time by the sun, you know what I'm saying? So in the morning, there is a wall that we always look at the wall when we know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? So when the sun, when the sun rise, we know like around 6 to 7. When the sun go into the middle, we know it's like around 12. When the sun go halfway down, it's like is about 6 to 6:30, and when the sun goes down, that means that at night time. You know what I'm saying? So we guess, and our guess sometimes could be right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's most of the time. I remember back then too. Like I used to go sit next to the road. You know what I'm saying? See see traffic lights, and then see I don't know, traffic controllers that it's not a police, but people that control the cars that to let them to let them go, to let them pass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like wearing white on white, and then they're holding a red. I don't know what it called. So red things. I don't know what it called. It's like a laser, but it's long. So they walk every day, day and night. So they used to hold that. And then I used to go sit next to the road and just see them. You know, in here when you see when you're in the traffic light, and then when you're in the red, you stop, and then when you're in green, you go. But there, when you're in the red, you stop, and then when you in yellow, you get ready, and then when you're green, you go. But then we're still having police, extra police, like controlling the road. You know what I'm saying? Like letting the cars go, holding the red, letting the car go, and then when I mean like holding the red, yeah, holding the red laser, letting the cars go. You know, when it's green, letting the car go, and then when it's red, it says stop the cars. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's yellow, you get ready, and then like there were 10 of them, man. There were 10 of them all over the places, man. It's like we so organized there. Even though the traffic light can still control the cars and perfectly, but we still have extra people walking in the road to make sure like to make sure like no accident, to make sure like everything's perfectly, you know what I'm saying? So I used to go sit there and watch them, just watch them all day, man. Only just me alone, just sit there and watch them me alone, man. I remember that, like I think that when I was 8 years old, that could like around 1998, you know what I'm saying? I used to just sit there on the road like all day. I could just watch them. It feel interested too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So it was so fun, man. It was so I did a lot of things that's so much fun, you know what I'm saying? So experiencing all that, like it is just the best thing that I ever done in my life, man. Like being gone through all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I used to travel to different places too to go, there is a lot of games that we played, but I don't know what it called in English, you know. So yeah, man, there's a lot of things that I have done, but I don't know what it called in English, man. So, but as I said, like I didn't know how to speak English too. I didn't know how to write English. I didn't know how to do anything with English. You know what I'm saying? All we speak is Arabic. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, back then, like one thing we know that religion, like religion was so serious, but other than that, there was nothing called color. There's nothing called color. I mean, like if you're black, if you're white, like nothing is that. I didn't even know what black mean. I didn't even know what white mean because back then, like we all kind of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like we eat in the same table, we eat in the same plate. You know what I'm saying? Like we got so much people that coming around enjoying time. Like I didn't even know what racism is. I didn't know what racism is because we got so many white people living next to us, but they're Arab. I don't know if you know Arab. They're living next to us, and the other side, like other black people living next to us, but we didn't know what racism is. They come to our house, we go to their house, and then because we're so neighboring, and everything was just so much fun, you know what I'm saying? So we never know what racism was, you know what I'm saying? I go to their house, they come to my house, and but when it comes to religion, like most of them they're Islam, most of them they're Christian. So when it comes to Islamic, whoever go to mosque and pray, and whoever go to church and pray, and after prayers, you know what I'm saying, people could do what they wanted to do again and then come back, you know what I'm saying, and play. So there was no racism. There's nothing called, there was nothing called like you're black, you can't play with me, you're white, you can't do like all of this stuff. I never knew none of that, you know what I'm saying, because back then in Africa, like we don't even have none of this, you know what I'm saying. I never heard of them at all, you know what I'm saying, because we were so brothers, you know what I'm saying. We were so, you know what I'm saying, like everything is just so perfect back then, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, I have multiple friends, you know what I'm saying, with different religions, you know what I'm saying. I have multiple friends with different tribes too, you know what I'm saying. So most of the time we just having fun and we do what we do, So at night time we just go home, sleep. The next morning we go to school. After school we come back home and then drop our bag. That time we don't even do much homework, so we just go out of the street straight away and we just play around, and we just like brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember we used to play gambling, man. We used to gamble with peppers, you know what I'm saying? We used to gamble with peppers, but it's not like we used to have dash, you know what I'm saying? You play dash, and then when two numbers come together, that means you win, you know what I'm saying? So we used to play gambling with peppers, you know what I'm saying? Like with different peppers. Like we say like, oh, this is 15, this is 30, this is 45, this is 60, this is 100, you know what I'm saying? So we used to play with that, you know what I'm saying? It was so much fun, man. We used to experience a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it was so fun, you know what I'm saying? I experienced them, you know, I still remember, even if today I can go back to Africa, to Sudan, and to Khartoum, I could still remember the house, and I could still remember all the stuff that we've been through, you know what I'm saying? I could even go one by one, I'd be like, that's my house, this is where we used to play, this is where we used to run, and this is where my friends live, and this is where, like, I still remember them, you know what I'm saying? I still have the memories, you know what I'm saying? So it was so much fun, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, this is the best life that I've experienced since 1990 until 2001. You know what I'm saying? This is the best life that I ever lived, and I'm not regretting anything. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that I could say that I would love to go back. You know what I'm saying? But if I go back right now, I believe everything has changed and everything has been divided, and think a lot of things could change, man. So yeah, man, this is my day in life, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe, share, and like, you know what I'm saying? Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video, and it's your boy Bangz.